Today we are going to talk about the movie released in 1991, Double Impact, starring Jean-Claude Vandamme. It's a great movie. Have you put your tea on yet? Let's get started. At the beginning of the film, Mr. Wagner shows Paul and his wife Catherine, who have twin children named Alex and Chet. Businessmen Wagner and Nabi are working together to open a tunnel in Victoria Harbour. The first cars drive through the tunnel. Mr. Wagner is accompanied by his friend and bodyguard Frank. In the evening, Mr. Wagner returns home. He tells Frank to rest. After a while, a car follows Wagner. Wagner calls Frank saying, "What did he say to go home and didn't accompany him?" In response, Frank says that he is not going after him. Suddenly, he immediately realizes that these are Wagner's enemies. Frank turns around to help Wagner. Several gangsters came out in front of Wagner and started shooting. Among them, an actor named Bolo Iyeng. Wagner also came out and started shooting. Suddenly, many gangsters started coming, and Wagner was shot dead. Bolo Iyeng came and killed his wife. When he was about to kill the twin babies, so that none of the heirs would remain, Frank managed to wound Bolo Iyeng. Frank sees the death of his masters. Then he sees the babies and the nanny. Frank tells the nanny to leave quickly and take the twins. But the nanny takes only Alex from the twins and leaves Chet in the car. After Frank shoots the bandits, he takes Chet with him and leaves. He notices Mr. Wagner's colleague, where he meets the leader of the bandits. The nanny leaves Alex outside the daycare center, and Chet is taken care of by Frank. 25 years pass. Chet does ballet, also does karate and works. Frank notices through acquaintances that his twin is in Gangkong. He invites Chet and says that they need to go to Gangkong urgently. For what purpose? Frank just keeps silent. Frank and Chet fly to Gangkong. This new city is interesting for Chet. Chet asks if they are going to a hotel. Frank says no, they have to go to a cafe tonight. It's a place run by Chet's twin, Alex. Frank and Chet go into the cafe. People who see Chet think it's Alex and look at him strangely. Even someone gives him money. Chet is happy and says he likes Gangkong. Suddenly, a girl appears, looks at Chet and says he is dressed differently and invites him to her room. Chet looks at Frank. Then, getting permission, he goes with the girl. The girls also thought it was Alex. While Chet was looking at the girl, Alex came up behind him and headbutted him. After a while, Chet sees the girl and Alex fighting with each other. Alex blames the girl for not being able to tell the difference, saying that he will never wear silk shorts. Chet looks at Frank confused. Frank explains to them that they are twin brothers. Then he tells them what really happened 25 years ago and says that his father was a businessman and his colleague killed him for power, but they couldn't kill you. Frank says that they are now the owner of the legacy. Alex doesn't want to believe it, saying that if they both leave here. Chet looks at Frank and says that it's useless to convince Alex and that they can do it without Alex. Then Alex says that if they need to have fun, then they'll go somewhere. The next day, Alex, Chet, and Frank are on a boat. Alex is also a businessman like his father. Another ship stops near them. From this ship, a group of people come here. Alex starts to show them the cars. These people are carrying money with suitcases. When they are about to exchange them, suddenly police ships appear, and these people point a gun at Alex, saying that he betrayed them. Frank pulls out a gun and both sides start shooting. Alex, Chet. Frank starts to run. The police chase them. Then Alex deliberately launches the cars into the water as an obstacle for the police. Then Frank shoots them and blows them up, so they are safe. After a while, Frank, Chet, Alex, and Alex's daughter are sitting and talking. She works for that businessman named Nabi who killed Chet and Alex's parents. She sees Nabi as a disciplined and honest man. But Frank says that he was the one who ordered the murder of Chet and Alex's parents. The girl says she needs proof. Frank replies that he is living proof, and he saw everything with his own eyes. The girl gets up angrily and leaves. Alex runs to her and asks her to check Nabi's papers. And at the same time, be careful. Alex runs to her and asks her to check Nabi's ID and to be careful at the same time. Chet was standing on the street. At some point, Mr. Nabi's criminal partner named Mr. Gang takes Chet in his car and drives him away. They mistake Chet for Alex. They stop somewhere. Then Mr. Gang looks at Chet and says, "Can he do anything for him?" Chet looks at him and says that he would go there further. Then Bolo Iyeng, standing next to him, hits Chet. Then he beats Chet humiliatingly. Gang approaches and says he will give more time. Later, Chet is taken out in the middle of the street. Frank and Alex ask Chet about these people. Chet says he remembers someone there, someone was among them, and he had a wound on his face. Frank knows who it is right away. Frank asks the twins if they are ready. Chet says he is ready. Then Alex sits down next to Chet and says he is ready too. So Frank, Alex, and Chet go to the house, get their guns, and start getting ready. Chet asks about the guns. Alex gets a gun and shoots at the wall and says it's okay. At night, they go to one of Mr. Gang's private properties and plant explosives and blow everything up. Chet is happy, saying they did it, but Alex scolds him and says that he ruined everything. After a while, Alex's friend comes to them and gives them some information. The girl's boss, Nabi, and Mr. Gang are going to meet at a party. In the evening, Frank, Alex, and Chet go to the place dressed up. After a while, Alex comes and brings a box of drinks. He says it's for Mr. Gang. After a while, Chet comes in and says he brought a box of drinks for Mr. Gang. But Gang's men are surprised, saying he didn't just bring the box. Then the man says Mr. Gang wants to see him. Then Frank gives the signal. Alex and Chet immediately start lying on the floor, and Frank detonates the bombs in the box. Then the fun turns into a fight. While everyone is running away, Mr. Gang and Nabi notice the twins, Alex and Chet. On the second day, while Alex's girl was digging through the archives, an employee, Nabi's right-hand woman, comes in and starts checking up on her. Then she leaves. Alpex's girl feels that she has found some information and calls Alex, but Chet picks up. The girl tells Chet the whole situation. She says that maybe she is now being stalked and needs help. Nabi really listens to this phone conversation. Chet says that she should stay there and he will come to help now. Chet and Alex's girlfriend are at the cafe that Alex runs. Suddenly, Alex calls his man and asks if his brother is there. Alex's man says yes, Daniel's with him. Alex's girlfriend. Yeah, Alex starts thinking bad thoughts. At some point, Nabi's men come in and kill Alex's men in the cafe. Then they go after Chet and Daniel. Chet and Daniel make it safely to their ship and head home. He is also spied on from a helicopter by Nabi's men. Poor Alex is drunk and has bad thoughts in his head and is angry. Chet and Daniel return home. When they meet them, Frank says that they have a nice surprise waiting for them, and they now have to explain it to Alex. As soon as they enter the house, Alex starts touching Chet with words. Alex asks them if they had a good rest. After that, the brothers fight with each other. Frank shows up and stops them by firing his gun at the ceiling. Both angry at each other, leave the house and fall asleep outside at night. In the morning, Alex opened his eyes and saw a group of men walking home to them. They fired their guns at the house from the inside, then captured Frank and Daniel. They take the two and order the rest of their men to find Alex and Chet. The twin brothers slowly start killing Nabi's men and Gang's men, and ask one of the men for the location where Frank and Daniel were taken. Then the brothers slowly come to the place where Nabi's men are and kill them all. Even they enter the place where they are holding Frank and Daniel. At this time, Nabi notices them and starts calling them by loudspeaker, saying that if they don't surrender, their loved ones will be hurt. Even lies that they killed Frank by shooting a gun in the air. Chet starts screaming. Later, the strongest chosen people of Nabi are sent to his brothers. Alex meets a man who fights with unusual boots on his feet. Alex gets hurt a little. After that, he catches him and starts beating him to death. Chet fights Bolo Iyang, who has a wound on his face. Bolo Young's body is great. The fights between them are more interesting. Maybe Bolo is mad that Vandamme won in Bloodsport? I'm squirming. Long story short, after a few minutes, Chet knocks his opponent down with the same leg-spinning method. Bolo Iyang is knocked out and loses. As for Alex, he finds his girlfriend Danielle. After that, Alex fights with Nabi's right-hand woman, Jock. The woman is strong, but Alex wins. Alex and Chet immediately start chasing Mr. Gang and Mr. Nabi. Alex chases Gang, and Chet chases Nabi. Chet jumps into the water. Alex fights Gang. He is not an ordinary man either. The stick he is holding turns into a sword, so he hurts Alex. But Alex defeats him. Nabi shoots a gun into the water and says, and Gang tricks Alex by trying to buy him with money. He says he will give half of his possessions. Then Alex asks about his father. Gang looks on in surprise. Chet beats Nabi. Alex throws Mr. Gang from a height to the ground. Then the brothers hug each other. Later, Alex goes to his girlfriend and Chet and Frank watch them merrily. So the movie ends. It's a pity that nobody watches these movies anymore. We used to watch it on cassettes and on TV. There are no such great movies now. Jean-Claude Vandamme is always the best actor for us. Friends, this is the end of our review.